Hi. I've always had something to say. You are watching it. I think I need to wash my face before I finish this video. I'm back. Hi. So, as I was brushing my teeth and washing my face and lighting incense, I thought I am just going to talk because I don't have a plan. I don't have an idea of what my channel will be like. I just know that I have ideas all the time, and so I might need to just run with them. So the first idea I had was to pick a card of the day and talk about it. In this bag, I have a mix of these angel cards. They have a word on them. This one says freedom, but that wasn't intentional, so that doesn't count as the word of the day. Maybe it does count as the word of the day. Freedom and youth. I feel like freedom to use my creativity and my phone to make YouTube videos, to be creative, and youth is, I guess I'm taking advantage of this time of my life to document and to share stories or ideas. But anyway, my mom made these versions of the cards. So this is my bag of words, and I like to pick one every day, or try to pick one every day. So intentionally, the word I got is steadfast. I want to look it up. I think I have an idea of what steadfast means, but I don't think I do. Steadfast. Resolutely or dutifully firm and unwavering. Loyal, faithful, committed, devoted. Okay. So, I like to reflect on the word. I feel like this morning I woke up early and I went to go to yoga class downtown. And then I went to this cafe after, kind of expecting to have like a quick solo breakfast. And it ended up being a 2-hour conversation with one of my professors and 2 students that I'm kind of friends with, but not really. It was beautiful, but I feel like I was steadfast in my devotion and my loyalty to my yoga practice and to my routine, but a lot of good things come out of being steadfast, I think. I don't know, I think about routine and what the universe throws at you when you're in your routine to try to make you break it, and what things are worth breaking your routine for and what things are not. And I think that's a personal decision, a personal judgment to make. But I have a hard time with strict routine. I like being in one place. I like doing things often. I like doing my yoga often. I like eating certain things. I like routine in the sense of familiarity. But I don't like strict routine. I don't like a 7 a.m. wake up, go work out, 8 a.m. eat breakfast, 9 a.m. Like, that's hard for me. I don't do very well with strict boundary of my life. I think that being steadfast to me doesn't mean sticking to a routine per se. It means being loyal to the things that I know that make me feel good. The things that make me feel like I can relax. I think that's what that means to me. It's a new year in the world, or so they say. I I think that a lot of people go into the new year with resolutions, or this is what this new year is about. And I like that a lot. But for some reason, the times where I feel like I'm setting goals or entering a new cycle in my life don't ever align with the calendar. So I feel like I was entering a new time in my life in June last year. Maybe earlier, maybe more like May, early May. But that felt like New Year to me. That felt like what people say is New Year, new resolutions, new goals, new ideas, new me, all of that. That came for me over the summer. And so now I feel a little bit behind, a little bit strange, because everyone is setting intentions and resolutions for the new calendar year. And I think I'm in the middle of my current cycle. And I think I have to honor that, because what am I going to do? You know, I feel things when I feel them. I feel a very relaxed state at the moment. I mean, currently, yes, but in my life, I'm feeling like things have just been moving so fluidly. I actually wrote about this in my journal, which I should find, because I think that this is going to be a useful tool during my YouTube channel career. Let me go get it. I glued a fidget spinner to the back of it. I think I like this style of video. I'm not cutting the camera. I'll probably cut it into clips, delete some of the longer spaces where I'm just sitting and thinking, because I do that a lot. But I think keeping the camera rolling and just seeing where I go is probably the best way for me to do this, because I'm good at taking aesthetic, cute clips and putting them all together in like a little sequence. But this feels more raw. It feels more like me, to just kind of like see where the wind takes me, you know? But here we go. This is what I was going to talk about. I've been reflecting on the cycles that I've been going through lately. April to August, so it was more like April, not May. Spiritual awakening and transformation. During this time, I was unpacking a lot of my old trauma. I was growing my life perspective a lot and trying to understand myself. And I believe, okay, before I get into this, I do believe that these 3 cycles that I've written down, I don't know, I don't have a philosophy about the absoluteness. I'm gonna say that. I don't have a philosophy about the absoluteness of these 3 cycles being what people go through, but at least for me, this is what it feels like. And I also think that these things will happen multiple times in my life or in people's lives, depending on how they live them or what their, I guess, spiritual or just like cultural practice is. So I think that this is where I've been as of late, but I do think that this is gonna change, and I think that everyone goes through cycles in their lives, and nothing is ever linear, nothing is ever just like happening in the same way for everyone. I like when we have a collective celestial impact, like when someone's like, oh, it's the Mercurian retrograde and we're all going through this time of XYZ. I like that, because something in the cosmos is lining up so that we are all kind of being impacted in a similar way. But I don't think that when people are like, this is your time to do this, and then everyone is like, oh yeah, it must be time for that. Like January 1st. Maybe some people wake up January 1st and they're like, boom, I'm ready for a new life. And that's fucking awesome. And it lines up with the calendar and it lines up with, you know, that's great. But I think other people wake up on January 1st and feel this obligation. They wake up and they're like, shit, I have to do something. I need to change my life. I need to sign up for all these things and pay for all these things. And there's just this expectation that's put on us to use this new year as a start over, a blank canvas. But what about all the painting, all the paint and the glitter and the shit that was on your canvas before? That's the good stuff. That's the stuff where you get the ammo and the inspiration and the roots for a new cycle, you know? And so not using the new year as an erasure of your past, but using it maybe as, I don't know, a tool, a goal setting tool, maybe. But personally, getting back into what I was going to say earlier, is I feel like my current cycle started in April. And that's just where I'm at. And January 1st to me is just another day. You know, I went out on New Year's Eve. I went partying and I had fun and all of that. And I counted down and I said Happy New Year because that's the culture. That's what we do. It's fun. But I didn't wake up feeling, all right, time to shine. I woke up hungover. And I woke up and I laid in bed with my best friend and we watched TV. You know, and that's okay. I don't believe that you need to wake up and just begin something that you're not even ready for. I wasn't ready for anything new. I'm still in this flow. So back to that. April to August, I was doing a lot of unpacking, a lot of distancing from things that didn't feel good and I didn't know why. A lot of understanding triggers I have, or I guess not triggers, but like little body signs that I have when I'm uncomfortable, and understanding where they come from and why, and what about my childhood is the thing that's knocking these things off, and my life perspective changing, and me understanding the way the world works and the way that the world tells us things, and just understanding myself a little bit more. And throughout summer, I had a big self-discovery period, big spiritual awakening. I got really in tune with the universe. I felt like I was really kind of on a different plane of existence. My vibration felt like it was on another level. And I don't know really how to explain that other than I just felt like immense gratitude and immense presence. Like I was not anywhere else but exactly where I was. And that's really hard to do. And that's always been hard for me. Even now, currently right now, I'm still battling with just like my brain being elsewhere and my body being here. And so I guess I could talk about the frustration that people don't really talk about after spiritual awakening. When you feel so great and amazing and beautiful, and then as life happens, you have to kind of enter back into the world and you get frustrated because you're not in this elevated place anymore. And it feels like you're going backwards almost. But those things still happened. You know, you still had those feelings and you still got that experience. But it is frustrating. So that leads me to September and December, which I wrote Test of Strength, going through tests of what I've learned through relationships, education, and my priorities. I got back to school and I was trying so desperately to hold on to this feeling I had over the summer. But it's not really realistic because over the summer I kind of had nothing to do. I mean, I had a job, but I was at home and I was spending my time in sensory deprivation tanks and doing yoga and meditation. That's not something I can do when I'm at school learning, you know, having a busy schedule. And so I come back and I'm hit with all the shit that reality is, you know, relationships, education, friends, all the things that, you know, as a human in at least American society, we have to do. And that was when I felt tested and where I felt like I was wavering from myself a little bit. But I felt very grounded through all of it because I think the summer gave me an understanding of where I'm at. And through all of that, frustration came up, you know. I was like, why do I not feel the way I felt over the summer? It's like, you can't always feel the same way you do. It's just impossible. And so coming out of last semester, kind of at a low point, I got to a place where I was home. And I was excited to go home because home reminded me of the summer. It reminded me of how good I felt, and I was excited to kind of go back into that realm. And it was not like summer. It was hard. It was really hard. I have a hard time at home. There's a lot of reasons why. And I got home and I was like, this is brutal. I want to go back to school. Like, I want my own space and I want my own freedom and my own routine. But as I prevailed through break and started to think about the year and reflect on it and make my new vision board, which I feel like that could be another YouTube video. Maybe I could show you my vision board and talk about it. But anyway, I started to think about what's come out of all of this. I reached a point over summer where I felt open and ready and capable. And then through September through December, I felt tested, I felt pushed, I felt challenged, I felt emotional. And now I'm in this place of like peace where I understand the dichotomy. I don't have to go take a vow of silence and meditate all the time and not talk to anyone and remove myself from society. But I also don't have to go crazy off the rails and party all the time. I can do kind of a nice mix of both and feel peaceful in the fact that now I know what it feels like for my body to have needs. I know when my body's like, girl, you need to go on a run. I hate running, but when my body's screaming at me, run, and I run, I feel great. And then I won't run probably for another like month or two. But sometimes I just get yelled at and I'm like, okay, girl, I'll do it. I'll take care of you. Like, you need that. Or it's like a Wednesday night at school and my friends are going out partying and I'm like, fuck it, I want to go. I don't have to commit to any of these like stages or life places that I've been in just because they've felt good. I can do all of the things that feel good, but I can also do the things that feel shitty, because part of the human experience is to feel shitty. You can't feel good unless you've felt shitty. Because if you feel good all the time, then good gets boring. And now I'm in this unknown. That's how I feel. I'm in this like creation mode. I'm in this flow of like feeling really peaceful and creative, and my art has been like popping off. I've been making a lot of music and I'm starting a fucking YouTube channel. This entire time I've just been thinking, am I actually going to post this? Am I actually going to post this? I think I will. I don't know. But all I know is I've been talking for 25 minutes, a little bit less than that. And I think I'm just going to cut it there because I don't want to drag this on. I think I've gotten a lot of information out there. But I'm excited. And I'm excited to see where this goes. And I appreciate you listening to me, if you're still there. Thank you. I think that's it. I'll be back, I think. Do I just say goodbye? Okay. Goodbye.